Podcast with Tech and Prem.
It's the Vet Alumni Podcast. I'm Tech, he's Prem. And there's a lot of noise right now in the city of Philadelphia for this 8-2 Eagles football team.
These people can't have nice things. You know, the Philadelphia is a funny place. We spent, how many years have we spent, trudging through the doldrums of the NFL, outside of a couple of the Cunningham years where they didn't win anything, a couple of the McNabb years where they just went to one Super Bowl, and then you had the flash in the pan with Foles. Think back the last 40 years or so to Dron Jaworski. We never have what we have right now.
I know.
We're 8-2, defending champions, tiebreakers over everybody, team that presumably would try to take our crown. And all I hear is whining and crying, and half of these stories are like made up to further media careers.
I get it, but
so it bothers me.
But there's one that isn't, and it's the one that sent shockwaves. It's the one that I feel like causes. Diana Rossini started it because she didn't. Of course, nobody's naming names. But she did get a credible source to say.
Are you going to Deshaun? Are you going to Deshaun?
Well, I'm going to D. Gunn because D. Gunn is a guy who's always valid. He's always had valid stories.
He's always had his horse in the race anti-Jalen.
I don't know about that.
There's tweets that have been pulled out. This guy has never been like a Jalen guy.
Well, all I know is he's plugged into the organization, and he got people to tell him this is like a Wentz Part 2 situation behind the scenes.
Which is absurd.
I feel you on that.
Which is just absolutely goofy to me.
Well,
we're talking about a guy that's been to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years and has won a holding penalty from having 2 rings.
Absolutely.
And then we're talking about a guy, Wentz, who, he was instrumental in helping the team position themselves to get to a Super Bowl, who never sustained success. He never sustained success.
No, he didn't.
Jalen has only had success.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you're comparing a really nice Chevy, like a beautiful Chevy, top of the line, super sport, like that's Wentz.
Right, yeah.
No, to like a Bugatti, but like a couple years older.
Right.
Maybe it's got some dings on it, but it's still a Bugatti or a Chevy.
I hear you.
I can't even entertain that premise, for lack of a better word.
Okay. All right, listen.
Being honest with you, bro.
All right, listen, I hear you. Look, we're Hurts guys. We've been Hurts guys. But I'm not going to act as if he hasn't been awful these last 2 games. These have been bad games from Jalen. Now, look, there's been weather conditions. They're 2 great defenses. That we know.
Yeah, they're playing guys, contenders that hate them.
We know this.
Everyone has a lot to prove against us, but obviously.
He's done some uncharacteristic things. Like, he missed that can't block a terror. He missed him.
Yeah, he missed a throw. He missed a throw.
Would have taken him inside the 5, if not a touchdown. He missed one-on-one, the linebacker matchup that you want for Saquon. He missed him in the end zone. That would have been a touchdown.
But he doesn't throw interceptions. And there's been a couple others. No, look, the guy's got 1 interception all year. He doesn't turn the ball over. They're 32-0.
I'll say
when
this.
They win the turnover battle.
I wish he was a little less risk-averse. Now, I get it. I at the same time, it works.
Well, yeah, because look, you're with Jalen Hurts as starting and finishing games. Forget about the Washington game last year. When you take that game out where he left in the second quarter or whatever, or the first quarter.
Yeah.
In his career, when the Birds win the turnover battle, they are 32-0.
Absolutely. And they turned it over against the Lions. What were they? 0 for 5 on 4th down. Those count as turnovers. And an interception. You got 6 turnovers against Detroit. The defense was just
even though
unbelievable.
Turnover on downs doesn't technically go on the turnover.
I know, it doesn't. It is a turnover.
It is. It's like a fumble.
It's 0 for 5 plus the interception. You got 6 turnovers, even though only 1 shows up in the stat sheet. Eagles didn't give up the ball at all, so it was still 1-0 on the turnover sheet. But it was 6.
I'm going to make a really in-the-moment bold prediction here.
Oh, boy.
All right?
All right.
Listen, last 2 weeks you said it. The weather's been cold. You're playing teams that hate you.
Yeah.
Teams that really want to beat you just to prove to themselves more than anything.
And by the way, those are the best 2 defenses you're going to see all year.
All year, right? All right. So we know that. You have that to play the factor. My bold prediction, after all the degradation of Jalen, all the crazy talk around the team, the stories coming out, everything trying to tear them down from within, it seems like, in a controlled environment against the Dallas defense that, yeah, I know they got Quinnen Williams. I get it. Kenny Clark's playing good. Okay.
They've been better. They're getting like 6 starters back this week.
Whatever. There's still Dallas defense. It's a leaky defense. I don't care how you shake it.
I
It's
hear
been
you.
leaky all year.
Yeah.
Controlled environment. All the degradation, all the talk we've been hearing. The Birds are scoring 30-plus points.
I don't think this is that bold of a prediction. I could see it.
Fangio's defense is not going to allow 30 points.
And Jalen's going to respond.
Exactly. Exactly. You take me to where I'm going.
Jalen's going to respond to all this. And Dak, by the way, is one of the hottest. They're one of the hottest offenses in football right now. So
yeah, they look good.
I expect them to, score some points.
But are they better than the Lions?
No. But they have a better quarterback.
They're better than the Packers, though, right? Offensively, they're better than the Packers?
Yeah. I
would
think
say
Dak
so.
and Jordan Love are similar. I think Dak is harder to bring down than Jordan
For
Love,
sure.
but they're both similar in the way where they're hard to sack. They're hard to get down on the ground.
Yeah, Jordan Love he has surprised me in that game with his escapability.
Yeah, I don't think he's a great quarterback.
No.
But I think Dak,
He's
know what?
overrated.
And I can't believe, I think Jared Goff's a good quarterback. You apply a little pressure, and he's a different quarterback.
He's not a big game quarterback.
No, I
He'll
actually
never win
think
the
Dak
big
is
game.
better than both of these guys that we just played.
He's probably playing better right now, but one thing you have to remember with Dak Prescott, especially with this year's numbers, is that 75% of those numbers are like authentic stats. The other 25% is because in a lot of those games,
he's playing from behind.
You have
he's
to play
putting up
60
garbage
minutes,
numbers.
throw. And half of those games, they're down late.
Numbers.
So that's inflated, man. If you just take a 20% curve, if you will, his numbers really aren't that much different than Jalen's.
I gotta tell you,
with that curve on there.
And I know. I hope the team isn't doing what I'm doing, but I'm not. I'm just now thinking about this Dallas game. This isn't like Dallas week for me. I'm not this is I'm looking past this game. This isn't a game that I'm thinking about or I don't.
You got a short week and a good team coming in.
I'm just thinking about the offense and what I absolutely hate about it. And look, I didn't like the fit of Kellen Moore and Jalen Hurts for most of the year. Now it ended up working. Okay,
yeah.
I just
sure did.
I didn't love the fit, and it felt like they had to learn the hard way in the first 4 games last year, where Kellen Moore wants a quarterback that's going to sling it. He wants a thrower of the football, passer, an elite passer, and that didn't work. So when they had to pivot to making it a run first team, all of a sudden, we're rattling off win after win after win after win. And then you get to the Super Bowl, and they stop the run, and then you're able to counter with the passing attack.
Yeah.
You win it all. Yeah. Okay, it ended up working. I do not, first of all, and I don't want to just jump on the bandwagon or the train of I hate Patullo. I just don't think Patullo is a NFL coach.
Maybe not.
I
Maybe
just
not.
don't
He's
think
going to get a head
is.
coaching job, though.
Maybe. I just don't think he's an NFL head coach, and I don't think he and Hurts are a great fit for each other. And my thing is with Hurts is everybody who's come in, it's like Sirianni included. When Sirianni got here, he was taken over in his mind. He was taking over a Carson Wentz-led team.
Right.
And then everything changed. Because Sirianni is a quarterback guy. He was in there with Phillip Rivers.
Well, he's a wide receiver, though.
Yeah, I get it. But he was a quarterback-minded guy. He was there with Phillip Rivers.
Right.
I mean, this is what he, so he came here.
I would actually like to see Nick call plays.
Well, I would prefer to see Nick
I would
call plays.
not be opposed to Nick taking the Sean Payton role.
It's the play designs, though, the plays themselves. AJ, and I'm beating a dead horse because everyone's talked about it all week, and we're late to the party here. But A.J. Brown was at his most successful with the Eagles when he was lining up in the slot. They don't do that anymore.
I would love to see that more, yeah.
They don't do it. I don't know why.
Or even we talked about it earlier before the season, the split backs look. They
don't do it.
You got 3 really good backs.
And by the way, right now, and I love Saquon, okay? Right now, Bigsby's more explosive.
He is.
It's like
he looks more explosive.
Saquon, when he hits the hole, he gets a few yards and then he sees them bearing down and like he slows up. And Bigsby does not.
Unless he's tripped.
That I saw
How
that. That was
egregious
ridiculous.
was that, man?
But like he slows up before he gets tackled, and it like takes away from a couple yards. Now, every now and then he'll have the kind where like he pushes and gets more than you think.
He lowers his shoulder and his head. Though he had some good runs against the Lions.
He did.
And here's the thing I'll say, just back to your point about Jalen and the offense the last couple weeks. They haven't been, obviously, look at the point output, they haven't been their greatest. But no matter what, every single game this season, even in the 2 losses, there's like a few throws in the second half per game that they're just phenomenal plays, and they have to have them to win the game.
He had one in the Packers game, and I don't. Did he? The one that I think of in the Lions game, and maybe there's another one.
Well, it's when they're backed up in the end zone. He escapes the safety and he throws a 50-yard dot to Dotson.
That's okay. Yeah,
because that changed the whole.
I was scrambling in my mind. What was the throw? They
didn't get points on that drive. Because it was I think that was the neutral zone false start call.
Ridiculous.
That was just horrible.
Penalties are killing
And
them.
by the way, for everybody that's been losing their mind over a ticky-tack A.J. Brown pass interference at the end of the game, there were 2 calls in that Lions game.
Well, that Dallas Goedert was being held. You could have easily on the same play. You could have easily have just called, holding on that play. It would have resulted in the same. Would have been a first down.
You had the false start. That was called a false start. It obviously was a neutral zone infraction.
Obviously.
And then there was one other play I just
really
forget
bad call.
Oh, and then the A.J. Brown falls, and because it hits a guy low, they call it a legal block.
Yeah.
He fell. He stumbled.
He stumbled. It was incidental.
It was incidental. That's not supposed to be a flag. It's incidental.
No, I didn't like that call.
So for all
either.
those people, the Lions would have won. What told anybody from watching that game that they were going to drive all the way down the field at that point and score a touchdown?
No, they weren't.
It wasn't happening.
No.
Not on that night.
They were going to go 4 and out again.
Not on that night.
No, not against that defense.
This defense is only going to get better and better, and the offense, they're going to figure it out enough to win games.
They need to figure it out. I need the offense to be, because this is my thing.
13-4, Tim.
Right now, below average is being nice because they are a miserable offense. And if they were just an average offense, they would have, these last 2 games, they would have won by double digits.
Yeah, 20 to 24 points. I consider that like an average offensive output.
Okay.
Just 20 to 24 is all you need to really win most of these games.
You would have blown, and that would have technically been a blowout against teams like what you did to the Lions and what you did to the Packers. They would have been blowouts.
If the Lions and the Packers are averaging 8 points against us, then teams like, I don't know, Chicago, who's another one? Tampa Bay is good, but they're not spectacular anymore. They're all right. Baker Mayfield actually is taking a step back more games than he's taking a step forward. Sailing throws over receivers' heads, throwing egregious interceptions. Sam Darnold, the Seahawks. These teams they're nice teams, but if you are dominating the two of the top offenses in football, Packers and Lions, they are.
Yeah.
Lions are top 3. Packers probably at least top 7.
Yeah.
Then I don't really. The offense, yes, you want to look good, but it's a football game.
If you win,
you're going to win a lot of these games with the defense playing this way.
If you beat the Packers 20-7 and you beat the Lions 24-9, I don't think people are bitching the same way.
I would agree with you. One more TD in each game.
Yes, maybe a TD, maybe another field goal. Then they should have done that.
They should have.
And
I agree.
And Sirianni at the end of these games with those decisions is a little.
Yeah, and that Lions game, really the only play there is just a little pooch punt deep, pin him inside the 15,
right,
and make him go the length with no timeouts in 21 seconds.
Right.
There's no other move. That's the only move. He's just so bullheaded sometimes about finishing with the ball.
Yeah.
But you don't need to be. Your defense just played their mind out. It's 16-6 at that point. You gave him a field goal.
Yep.
Then you did it again and almost gave him the ball back because you had to go for it late.
Yeah, I mean, you should have at least put up 20 points against both those teams. It should have been,
I agree.
It should have been
I
at
agree.
least 20 points. They left points
But
on
they
the
got
table.
wins against 2 teams they had to get wins
They
against.
did it. Thank you to the defense and Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio is a master at what he does. He's just a master.
I'll tell you, man. Now, this is going to sound sensational, but, I said this to you 2 weeks ago. I said, you have to prepare for the chance they don't lose again. Remember I said that to you 2 weeks ago. It was before the Packers game we did our last show. By the way, episode 180, bro.
180.
180. Phenomenal.
We're here.
We are here.
We have
still.
arrived.
Yeah, absolutely. I said to you 2 weeks ago, I said, be prepared for the fact that they might not lose again. A meaningful game. Now, they could sit starters in the last game. I'm not counting that if they sit guys because they sealed up their spot.
If they're going to lose a
it's
couple
the Bills
more games,
game or the
Bills
Chargers
and the
game,
Chargers, please.
But they're not going to lose to the Chargers.
To the out-of-conference game.
But they're not going to lose to the Chargers in
I
that
don't think
stadium.
so.
They dominate in that stadium, man.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna lose to the Chargers.
I think the Bills could be a loss just because it's the Bills and Josh Allen. I mean, they're a phenomenal team. And I mean, I don't think it's going to happen. You could lose to Dallas. It could happen.
Could.
If the offense sputters the same way, and Dak just makes like 2-3 more plays than Goff and Love, then that's the difference.
Because I think people are expecting the defense to come out and be gangrene again, and it's like,
well,
it may
it's different
not
on
be.
a fast track. But that's going to help us too.
Here's these interesting tidbits. Like Dak Prescott and this Dallas Cowboys squad at home against NFC East opponents
2017,
21-2, and hasn't lost to it since 2017.
That tells me it's coming, yeah.
It tells you it's coming. That tells me this is a tougher game than people think, and I'm just not.
Well, let me just say
I'm
this,
not
though.
like I'm not. I don't know what it is. I'm not in tune for this game.
They kind of slowed down against the Raiders. I mean, they put up some points.
The Raiders are so bad.
But Dak early. He had like multiple drives to start that game back-to-back where he didn't do anything.
See,
you can't do that against the Birds, though, because that might mean a turnover on one of those drives.
Well,
and we do score early. Even though they're not like rolling offensively, they tend to score early in most of these games, regardless.
Yeah, I mean, there was 2 field goals that should have been touchdowns, so that's 8,
in the
8
first
points.
one.
So, yeah, that's 24. It should have been 24-9.
Really to 6, because you're supposed to punt that ball.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to get that last field goal.
There you go.
I mean, that's a dominant effort.
Let's just go ahead and give them that field goal.
Sure,
24-9 makes people go, hey, that was a great win.
You're one team in single digits, one team in the 20s. Any era of NFL football, that's a dominant win.
Yeah.
In any era.
I just, I don't. The Seahawks learn the hard way that you can't just field goal yourself a win against a great team.
I'm just telling you, man.
I don't want the Eagles to keep that mindset like, we just need to get there and Jake Elliott
I'll come back and I'll pull the clip, but just be prepared for the Birds could win out and not lose again until
I don't
next season.
think that's impossible. I think they got, because I look at the schedule.
It can't get any worse offensively.
No,
You're only going to get better from here.
Right, and I look at the schedule and I struggle to see an outright loss. I mean, Buffalo's going to be tough because it's in Buffalo. It could be a snow game there with a crowd that's just as rowdy as ours.
Like you said, that's absorbable.
It is, yeah. I would prefer they lose to them. Chargers, as much as I'm like, lose to the Chargers, like I just don't see them losing to the Chargers.
Herbert's going to throw 2 picks in that game.
Yeah, that's what he does.
He's
He's
been
a pick
throwing
machine.
a lot of them,
and then I guess the Bears is a tough game, but like the Bears,
no, it's not.
The Bears are like,
it's not a tough
they
game.
are always coming back to win against bad teams.
That's not a tough game.
Well,
they're overblown.
I hear you.
It's not a tough game.
Look, I got the Bears on fraud alert, but I'm glad that they're at the top of the NFC North, at least momentarily.
They're frauds.
I hear you.
There's no alert. They are frauds.
We'll
the alert has played and ended. The alert is firmly settled in truth.
I'm just saying, like, I need the offense to be better. I need Jalen Hurts to be better. And I need an awareness from, like, the coaching staff here.
Yeah, mix it up a bit.
Yeah, and plus,
I agree, man.
Know your quarterback. Like, these last, I mean, it's not just these last 2 games. It's a stretch of games. But, like, the highlighted are these last 2 games where it's like, do you know who your quarterback is? Because I'm not sure you know. Because the quarterback, and yes, he's a quarterback, and he's a top quarterback.
Yeah.
But I think of him more as a playmaker than, like, Josh Allen is a quarterback. Like, according to how people view a quarterback. Matt Stafford is a quarterback the way people view a quarterback. Jalen Hurts is a playmaker. He's more of a playmaker than he is a quarterback like those guys, and that's okay.
But he's got better pure quarterback numbers than a lot of these guys.
Yes, and
like the
number one
metrics,
stat.
Advanced metrics.
Yeah, and he wins, okay? He's a winner. That's what he does.
That's the most important
That's
stat.
it. He wins.
That's it, man.
But he is a playmaker because, 90% of his stuff, his big-time throws that you're like, oh, that's like off-scripted stuff. It's not in the playbook. It's off-script.
Yeah,
That's what he does. That's what he
could-
specializes in. It's what he's done his whole career. That's what he's made himself. That's why he is such a winner. It's why he's the guy he is, because he goes off-script and makes stuff happen. And I need to see him with his legs more. I think I heard before the season started, I heard a debate on the morning show where the camera kept saying over and over again for like the whole summer that Hurts needs to run less. Hurts needs to run. No, that is idiotic.
Just let him be himself.
Hurts needs to run more.
They would really benefit from watching like early Donovan McNabb film. The types of plays that Andy was drawing up for him. Now, with less screens, though, because this team just doesn't seem to run the screen too well.
No.
I want more, forward, quick hitters.
Like Chris Collinsworth even said it. They got down in the red zone. Hurts does like a play action where like he does the play action, he looks one way, and he quick throws a slant to A.J. Brown. Where's that play been?
Yeah.
Where's that been?
Well, that's
as soon as
a
they did it,
crucial play.
Collinsworth goes, there's the Philadelphia
Well, it's because
Eagles.
they brought the single high safety look. That's why.
Yeah, like I need to see more of that, like play action, misdirection stuff. Throw the slant route to AJ. Like I need to see more of that. You're not throwing, like AJ ain't getting no separation anymore. He's not that kind of receiver. Can he get separation? Sure. Is it automatic?
You just got to put it
he's
in
not
the
that guy.
vicinity of him, and they'll grab his arms, and you
Right.
get calls.
I just think if you're going to throw a dagger, it's Devontae or Dotson. Those are your clear guys that go for the dagger. You're throwing these sideline and some of these throws that he threw, like AJ was open for a couple of them on the. If like you put the ball where it should be.
Yeah, it was
on
a
those
rough night for
sideline throws.
accuracy.
It
what
was a
though?
rough day. Like I just want the coaching staff to understand that this quarterback does have limitations, and you can win it all with his limitations.
Well,
but
because he showed no limitations last year. He made every throw in the Super Bowl last year.
That was look.
can't
the
take the
Super
stuff
Bowl
away.
is a little bit of an anomaly.
I mean, but the whole
because
postseason,
they
though.
weren't that team in the regular season. They were not.
You know
this
what I was
big-time
happy to
passing
see
offense.
though? What I was happy to see was last week they stopped the conceding the third downs. They stopped that.
Yeah, well, there wasn't too many.
There was a couple long ones where they would have been draws in previous weeks.
Yeah, it's true. I don't.
They converted one.
The fan base did not like.
They
those.
converted one of them, an important one.
Yeah. I throw my hands up sometimes at the play calling.
Look,
I
but
just
when
can't believe what I'm
the thing
seeing.
about championship teams, and Peyton Manning said this recently, when you find ways to win, like winning itself is just a skill. And another thing I want to say on all this Jalen degradation, which it just makes me sick to my stomach when I see it, especially from some of the people I see it from. The people that are praising Jalen Hurts, right? Here's the list. Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Peyton Manning.
Right.
The people that are degrading Jalen Hurts, here's the list. Chase Daniel, Cam Newton.
Cam Newton, forget about Cam Newton.
These clowns. But
Cam
for some
Newton
reason,
said before the Lions game, they have never seen a team like that's going to give them problems the Lions. And it's like, dude, they scored 9 points.
He's so full of himself and lost in his own sauce. And I think with Jalen, I really think he's the version of me that I never was bias with Cam.
Yeah.
I said this before. I think that's what it is. It's almost like, I'm trying to think of a good analogy. Like, a coach that, looked up to Belichick and could never win like Belichick or for, the defense never, but he has the same system as Belichick, same skills he thinks, but he can't do it. It's almost like Jalen is a way better version of Cam Newton because he's got it all up here in his head.
Yeah.
He's got it in between the ears where Cam didn't have it in between the ears.
No, he's just a winner, man. I mean, that's what he does. He doesn't care what it looks like. He wins. And by the way, another thing about the noise, which I hear you. I'm not upset about the noise, and I'll tell you why. Jalen needs these things.
You're right.
Jalen's like Jordan in a way where like Jordan had to like manufacture.
I remember you said this before.
Yeah, it was like Jordan had to manufacture beef and manufacture like people against him, thinking he's some kind of underdog. And it's like, but in the real world, it's like, dude, you're the greatest player in the world.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But like he had to put these things in his head. Like Jalen has.
Like a mental framework.
Yeah, and he's got the gift of it not having. He doesn't have to manufacture. It's being manufactured for him locally, where he can see it and hear it all day long.
I heard something. I don't know if this is true. I hate to even entertain it. Something about. Is a female involved, and that's what's going on with AJ and Jalen? Is there any credence to this?
No, I don't think so.
It's like TMZ, man.
No, I don't think so.
I can't believe I even just repeated that.
Yeah, I know. I can't even touch that because I don't think that's true.
It's just for conversation between me and you, but just to illustrate how ridiculous.
I think that's completely ridiculous.
And
I don't think that's the truth.
But Deshaun made me raise an eyebrow. Now,
well, you mentioned Deshaun. What did Deshaun say?
He said something on a podcast along the lines of, there's something deeper going on here, and he almost intimated that he knows from someone that told him, but he won't. They don't say who it is, but he almost said something like, "There's something bigger going on here. I can't say what it is specifically, but it's not just football."
It may not be just football,
but it's like, to me. Then I look at Deshaun, right, and we love Deshaun Jackson. What a great wideout for the Birds.
Love him.
But I look at him, it's like, all right, A, never won a ring. B, was traded from the team in an abrupt way. Yes, he came back, but it wasn't the same.
Right.
And C, he has always kind of had like that attitude about him, kind of like an AI type of guy.
It's how I view him.
Yeah.
I view him as like the Eagles AI.
It's a great comparison. So then you got to wonder, well, now he's a media guy too. Now he's got his own podcast.
But he's also a coach of a football team, college football team. Yeah. So I'm like, where does he have all this time to be?
I don't know.
Getting this.
I think you're right, though. I think that it's actually good for Jalen because he's obviously shown that he thrives off this.
Yeah,
I really think they go out to Dallas.
He's the one guy that is able to not only block it out, but absorb some of it and like thrive on it.
34-20 this week.
Wow.
I think that the fact that it's at home and it's Dallas gives them 7 more points than I would give them in Philly. I give them 13 points in Philly, touchdown, 2 field goals. This week, I'm going to give them 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals, and that's all Vic's going to allow. And I think that Jalen just comes out, and the defense gets a touchdown too. So Jalen puts up 27, defense or special teams puts up 7, and that's where I'm going with this one, 34-20.
I don't know what the score is going to be because, like I said, I think
they light it up, dude. I think they light it up. I think everyone's, what happened? Who are the Eagles? Like, they never, who they were always this team. They just had a couple bad weeks.
As funny as it sounds, I would be more like tuned into this game if they didn't just come out and go 2-0 against the teams I thought they'd go 1-1.
Because it'd be more of a must-win.
Yeah, and I actually thought originally they'd lose this game because I thought they'd split with Dallas.
Well, you can bury Dallas if you beat them and then beat the Bears. You win the division.
It's over at that point.
Already.
Even though the Dallas is just in my mind, the division's already wrapped up. In my mind, I know it's not official.
Yeah. Well, and even though
if Dallas wins this game and then rattles off a couple more wins, like
it doesn't matter because we get Washington twice still. Chicago's a layup, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they're an 8-win team maximum. An 8-1.
Yeah, they wouldn't even They wouldn't even get into the wild card just because of how many 6 and 7 win teams there already are in the NFC.
And right now, I think you got 2 powerhouses and another really, intriguing team. You got like 2 or 3 teams that should be in the picture that are outsiders looking in.
Yeah.
Thanks to the Eagles.
Yeah.
The Eagles just ended the Packers and the Lions. They sent them to the outside, the outer world, temporarily.
8-2 with tiebreakers over every NFC contender.
Unbelievable that they beat everybody. It's unbelievable that they beat everybody they needed to beat.
That they had to beat.
And including the Chiefs.
Giants loss doesn't matter. It's a division game. You split with a division team. It happens in many seasons. Even when the Birds are bad, they would beat the Giants when the Giants were good.
They're 7-1 in the conference.
It's remarkable.
7-1.
It's remarkable.
That's why they're the 1 seed right now. 7-1.
And the one is in MetLife, which Jalen historically just doesn't play well in that stadium.
7-1 conference record, and you hold the tiebreakers. I mean, it's crazy.
Nothing to be upset about.
Nothing to be upset about. So, all right, let's get to the Tech 10 because I have thoughts.
It's the Tech 10.
All right, coming in number 10, and this is a big drop because I think I guess in week 7 I had him as low as 8.
Mm-hmm.
But they're coming in at number 10 this week, and that's the Tampa Bay Bucks. I think they are on fraud alert. For me, I believe
they're getting healthy soon.
Well, maybe that'll get him
Godwin's
back.
coming back.
But right now, I look at it like I don't know about the Bucs. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know
fair.
if they're ready for prime time.
I don't know about the Bucs either. I think Baker Mayfield, when the lights are brightest, is going to throw interceptions.
Yeah. Now here's a team, number 9, that's had my eyeballs. The teams to watch for numerous weeks. And number 9 making their debut, it's the Bears. I got the Bears there.
I'm
I know
not
you
with
don't.
you.
I know you don't think much of them.
I like Monungai. That's about it.
I think this team does have heart, and look, they got Ben Johnson, kind of changed what they do a little bit, and they have a pretty good defense.
Caleb Williams is going to get eaten up by our defense.
Well, yeah, he's the only one that's like
They do play physical. That Monungai kid runs physical.
Here's the thing about Caleb Williams. When it comes down to they have to get this drive with a minute left to get them to get a field goal to win the game, he gets them that. He gets that. He makes that drive happen. So yeah, listen, he has a lot of forgettable drives in these games, but at the end, he seems to have like a good drive that gets him in position to win the game.
I wonder if he's going to paint his nails green when he comes here. He paints his nails black. Yeah, he's a nail painter.
I don't like.
He's
like
a nail painter guy.
I don't like the nail painter guys.
That's what he is.
All right, number 8. It's the Chargers. I believe this is also.
I'm surprised you got the Chargers in the top 10.
I still think they're a good team. The Chargers.
They're teetering on good / average. They're teetering there.
I hear you.
Lately.
But now from number 7 on, I think these are the best teams in the NFL.
All right.
Right here.
As they should be.
And number 7 to me, it's the Bills.
All right.
I still think and I think they're low. I got them low. I mean, it's just because they need to rattle off some wins. I need to see them go 10-3, and then I'm like, okay.
Yeah, they're not even in first place in their own division.
No.
I think they will be by the end of the year.
Maybe.
Patriots' schedule is a cakewalk, though.
It's
been a cakewalk.
It is.
Well, when you got a last place schedule, you're playing a last place schedule.
Yes.
That's going to come back down
to
earth in the AFC
but the
playoffs.
Patriots beat the Bills, and that's major.
Impressive. They also lost to the Raiders.
Yeah.
which was a correct pick on Prem's picks.
Yeah, there you go.
Week 1, though.
Week 1. Yeah, there was a lot of week 1 losses.
I know.
Number 6, the Colts. I got to watch, I guess it was a couple weeks ago, the Colts-Falcons.
Yeah.
The international game.
Good game.
It was a really entertaining game. One of the most entertaining games I've seen all year.
Falcons are a team on the rise in the coming seasons.
Yes.
They are.
They're
not this year.
No, not this year. But
in the coming years, they're going to be a good squad.
I think so. They have pieces.
I think Penix is legit.
Yes.
When healthy. He can sling it, man.
And he needs help. They need to get him some more help. They do got playmakers.
And Algier, what a great 1B running back.
Yeah. I just, maybe O-line he's always running for his life.
Yeah.
But, yeah, look, yes.
Colts at 6, though.
Colts at 6. I like the Colts there. Number 5, here we go. Top 5, it's official. The Patriots are a top 5 team to me.
Okay.
They're number 5.
I mean, they've earned it with 9-2 record. They've earned it. 6 of those wins are against goofy teams.
They are, but that's a lot of teams.
Yeah, and
it's
you know what?
We
We used to say that when in 2017 when the Birds won it all, everyone was ragging on their schedules. We would say, "Oh, you play who's on your schedule."
Right? Why isn't it like that for the Patriots? And by the way, for number 4, same thing. The Seahawks. Seahawks coming in at number 4. They beat a lot of cupcake teams.
And Sam Darnold, he turns into a pumpkin when it's important, though.
He's averse to the big game. I know. Listen. I feel that way. I would love.
But
we're talking regular season.
I would love NFC Championship in Philly. Birds against Sam Darnold.
It may happen. I looked at the season. That could happen. I'd rather that than the Rams. But I think the Rams are going to be the NFC
Seahawks, though. We don't have a good playoff history against them.
No, but it's a different regime, and it's Sam Darnold, and things work in our favor a little more.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, me too. Number 3, I know you're going to hate this one, but
am I?
I got to tell you, I'm going with the Denver Broncos here, and it's.
I don't hate it because we talk about the Birds winning with defense. The Broncos win with defense.
The Broncos, and plus the Broncos will play ugly, and then they win. They win the game. It's like
they're kind of like the AFC Birds to an extent. Without the pedigree.
But they're like walk-off field goal in a lot of these games. And they're beating bad temes too.
Yeah.
They haven't beaten a lot of playoff teams.
They beat the Chiefs though.
They beat the Eagles and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So I gotta take credence to that. I really do. I gotta be like, okay, well, you beat both Super Bowl teams from a year ago. Listen. And you're 9-2.
You got Sean Payton with some good pieces on offense.
Yeah, I think
they have a
Bo Nix is pretty good.
Underrated wide receiver core to Broncos.
Yes, they do.
That Franklin kid is good.
Yeah, he makes plays.
That rookie Bryant is good.
Yes.
And obviously Sutton, we know what he is. And R.J. Harvey, what a running back pick.
Look, they are actually entertaining to watch. Whenever they're on TV, I watch them.
I would love to see Broncos Birds in Super Bowl.
I would like to see it. Yeah, I'd like to see it. Number 2, now it's flip-flopped, okay? The national rankings, just about every national ranking has it flip-flopped. But
Rams, Birds, Rams.
But I got to go Rams at 2 because...
You can't put them above the Birds. We beat them.
We're talking head-to-head. Since when?
I know.
Does a team beat another team head-to-head, and it's not taken into consideration?
I know. It doesn't make any sense.
What are we talking about here?
We're living in the Twilight Zone. When I see clowns like Dan Sileo talk like he talks with these other clowns on his show, we're living in the Twilight Zone. That combined with what you just said, we literally are in an episode of the Twilight Zone if the NFL was the topic of the show.
And I'm talking about Sports Illustrated, Bleach Report, PFF.
Clowns.
All these, they all have it flip-flopped. The Eagles are like number 6 on PFF.
Yo,
but
it's
like
crazy.
They got the Ravens ahead of them. I don't even have the Ravens on this list. The Ravens would be like number 13 on my list.
Ravens are going to the Super Bowl.
You think so,
I think so.
See, I don't know.
I think they lose one game the rest of the way.
Well, I think they're definitely going to win the division. I think. I thought that too. When they were 3-5, I thought they're going to win the division.
There's one loss on their schedule the rest of the way, and
there might be,
and then they're going to be the dark horse. And I think
that puts them at 11-6. They easily win that division, and they're in the playoffs.
I think they beat Denver too in the playoff game.
Well, this is the thing about Denver.
I think Lamar Jackson is finally maybe. At his time.
I don't think Denver... I feel this way strongly about the Colts and the Patriots. The Colts and the Patriots are like these great juggernaut regular season teams. They get to the playoffs and they're one and done.
They're not. Yes,
that's
exactly
done.
What I think is going to happen. Because what's going to happen is one of them or either of them is going to run into like the Chiefs, but they're going to be hosting the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And you got to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. In the first round.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
At that point, the Chiefs managed to get there. Because right now, the Chiefs, I think, are the 9 seed in the AFC.
Yeah, they're on the outside looking in.
I think they're going to get in, though. But this is a big one. The Colts can put...
It's a big one.
The Colts can almost put them away this week.
I'll
get to that game in Prem's picks, though.
Yeah, there it is. And we're coming up on the picks. But first...
Yes, but first.
Brought to you by the Fairless Hills Academy of Music. It's time for VetPhact.
This is a VetPhact.
So, Tech, I always go through every Birds season at the Vet to find the date that we released the show.
Yeah.
And it's happened before. It's not common. But the Birds never won a game at the Vet on November 21st. So I'm digging through and I'm thinking, all right, maybe I could find a Cowboys game that we played them back in the day around the date.
Maybe 20th, 22nd, 23rd.
This is a VetPhact first. It's a VetPhact from the Vet era, but did not happen at Veterans Stadium.
Whoa!
I'll tell you why. Because exactly 36 years ago to the day on Sunday when the Birds suit up to play the Cowboys this Sunday, 2 days from now.
Yeah.
Exactly 36 years ago, November 23rd, 1989, the Birds did the same thing. They went to Dallas.
Wow.
During the Veterans Stadium era.
Yeah.
36 years ago on Sunday.
It's okay. I'll accept this.
And they beat the Cowboys 27-0.
Whoa!
They were 8-4 after this game. They have a chance to beat 9-2 after this game.
Was this the Aikman era?
It was Aikman's rookie season.
Okay, there it
is. When
When
they went 1-15. Now,
okay, yeah.
Troy Aikman on the day was 7 for 21.
Wow.
54 yards.
Jesus.
54 yards, Tech. 3 interceptions. Eric Allen, Byron Evans, and the legendary highlight, Mike Golick. That highlight with the 23-yard scamper down.
Tremendous.
He didn't score, but he ran 23 yards with the ball.
Yes.
Mike Golick.
Mike Golick.
That is just... How does a running back not catch him in 10 yards?
I love Golick.
Amazing. Randall Cunningham, a very Randall-like day. 21 of 33, 234, 2 TDs, and he ran for 46 yards. You had our guy, Chris Carter. This was the Chris Carter Eagles. 3 catches for 53, but 2 of them for pay dirt. 2 TDs. What a day for Eagles fans that made that trip out to Dallas. 27-0.
Wow.
I mean, they even benched Aikman and brought in backup quarterback Steve Walsh. None of the numbers offensively do anything for you when you look at it for the Cowboys. The Birds held the ball almost 38 minutes for the game. November 23rd, 1989, at Texas State, Old Texas Stadium, our first VetPhact in episode 180 that happened during the Vet Era,
but not
at the Vet, only because it's an exact 36 years to the day, 27-0, Birds over the Boys, 1989.
I love it. I love it.
I had to get creative with this one.
I guess real quick, I don't. For me,
you don't want to talk Sixers.
Not really.
Nah,
I don't really.
I hear you. It was a fun start, then they came back down to earth.
Right. It's not fun for me anymore. I'll tell you that.
Was it ever?
No. Well, in the first few games. And the game, I went to that Boston game. What a phenomenal game.
And I went to the Magic game. Another phenomenal game.
Yeah, I mean, that Boston came down to the last second. It was just
that was a good one.
It was a tremendous
Hey, we're 2-1
game.
against the Celts.
Yes. But look, Daryl Morey is an embarrassment. He
You're back to Morey already?
Yes, this guy.
They got some depth, though.
Gave a major, max contract to a guy, a career loser.
I'm talking about Embiid.
Who can't. I'm talking about Paul
George. Yeah.
A career loser.
I was never on the George train.
Who can't even get on the court.
No.
And then he's got a way out. And what does he choose to do? Give a big, expensive extension to another career loser who, again, can't get on the court. This is a joke. I mean, the Embiid Paul George thing is a joke.
I said it last offseason. Their chance to trade Embiid was before last season.
Now, the problem is that the thing that holds the Sixers back is Embiid and Paul George, because that's what this team, and I can't believe I'm going to say it, that's what this team actually needs. Because I like Maxey, and Maxey, all right.
Maxey's a player, bro.
I just don't think he's a killer. I think he's a great player. I love Maxey as a player, as a guy. I think Maxey is tremendous. I don't see him as a killer. When he needs to take the team on his back for down 3, we're down 5, and it's in these clutch moments.
Yeah, he's got that.
He sometimes
he's got that.
It's sometimes. Sometimes he can take it on his back and he can do it like
but
Iverson
more
did it.
often than not.
And other
this year.
times he misses crucial shots and he takes wild threes that he
top
had
5
no
in
business
scoring.
taking.
He's top 5 in
well,
scoring.
he has to. Who else is going to do it?
I'll tell you what. Well, Grimes and Oubre have been surprisingly good this year.
Grimes is good. Oubre's hurt, but Oubre's been good.
Yeah, he was really good the game I went to.
Yeah, me too.
He flies around, man.
And Edwards had a slow start, but Edwards has come along.
Watford ain't bad either.
I like Watford. He's
plays
a good
hard,
player.
man.
Yes.
And even Bona had a few games.
And Bona's hurt too. I like Bona.
Yeah.
I like Bona
That's what
too.
I mean. They got more depth than I think
right.
I realized.
Yes, I like guys that they got. I like Barlow. I like the
But
guys.
you're handcuffed by these horrible contracts.
Yes, and I'm not a McCain guy now. I'm off the McCain wagon.
Another nail painter.
Yes, exactly. But
him and Caleb Williams should start a podcast.
Yeah, I know. He misses way too many shots for me. I just, and he turns the ball over, and I get it. He's a good defender, but I look.
He's too busy thinking about what the next TikTok dance.
Yeah, I know. I'm more of a Grimes guy for the third guard.
I like Grimes.
I think they're just driving Edgecombe into the ground. Edgecombe is, he misses too many shots. He's got to get himself together.
Yeah,
but he's a rookie.
You could see the youth.
It'll come in waves.
Yeah.
I like the kid.
Yeah, me too.
I still believe he's a superstar, but obviously that's down the line. This is Maxey's team. But this team is missing a Embiid or a Paul George. They're missing.
Can you imagine if Embiid was healthy?
The problem is, though,
never the same
Embiid
after the
needs
Olympics.
the ball. And Paul George better become a role player when he actually does end up playing.
All you need from Paul George when he comes back is 15 and 8.
Yeah.
consistently.
Give me 15 points.
15 and 8.
What did he
He had 9.
Because I don't know what he did.
He had 9 points.
Because we only have the halftime score. Paul George had 13 points at the half.
Okay.
In 12 minutes.
All right. Well, yeah, I was talking about the one game he did play where he had 9 points.
Yeah, 9 points. I needed more from him.
Yeah.
But
yeah, right. As we record this, being Thursday evening. Right.
Yeah, Maxey's got 23 at the half. Paul George has 13. Yeah, and by the way, they were up big on this Bucks team, and then all of a sudden they're down 2 at the half. That's what the Sixers are.
Well, it's usually the third quarter they do it, though.
Yeah, but they offensively, they'll start off hot, and then there's no continuity. The offense doesn't just go cold. It goes embarrassing. It gets embarrassing in every game. They go through stretches where it's like, what are you guys doing?
I know. The quick runs. And
yeah.
It happens in a lot of basketball games, though, man.
I know it does.
It's a game of runs.
But
it really
the Sixers,
is.
Though, it's just,
second round exit is their ceiling again.
Again, maybe. But
maybe, right.
Maybe. And
right.
you had him at 50 wins. I got him at 42 wins right now.
I still got him at 50.
Okay.
I'm going to stick with it.
I'm saying, but I'm going to put him at between 42 and 44 wins.
You could be right.
I can't see them winning more than 44 games. So I'm going to say, in my heart, 42 wins. But, I'm going to say there's a possibility they get up to 44. So 42 to 44, that's where it's at for me. This is a mediocre squad right now. They're a young team, so fine. They're young. But look at Oklahoma City, another young team that's tremendous.
I wonder if Embiid, because of the technology we have now, I wonder if they could do a bionic knee thing for him. Where they just
would just be great.
Put some titanium in there with some hydraulics.
Because he's just washed. Yeah,
the bionic bead.
He'll turn the clock back for a half. Where he's just hitting shots and just of course he's ball hawking and the ball movement just stops.
I know.
But he'll hit his shots. But he's just a washed player, and seeing Paul, it is encouraging that Paul George is 13 points at the half here. By the time they're probably going to lose this game, or if they win,
Well, maybe. I mean, the Bucks
deal.
aren't world beaters this year.
No, and Giannis is not in the game, and
right.
See what they got going.
Yeah,
on.
Look, the only teams in this
who's
city.
Who of who on this thing? You know what I mean?
The only team in this city that you're talking about a championship is our Birds.
That's it. That's it.
The Phils missed their window.
Yeah, the Phils missed a window, and even though I will say this is going to sound different coming from me, of all people. I don't know if the window is shut on the Phils. Let me tell you why.
You're probably pitching.
Because, but I watched that series, especially the last couple games, Game 6 and Game 7. And
World Series.
Yeah. And the Phillies took the Dodgers. They were toe-to-toe with the Dodgers.
I know. They would have beat the Blue Jays.
And the Blue Jays were a millimeter with the foot on the home plate. They were a millimeter away from the win.
I know.
So
I know. That's crazy, man.
I think the Dodgers are ripe for the taking. I don't think that they're just some unstoppable team.
They don't win a third. Well, Yamamoto and Otani ain't going nowhere.
No, they're great. And I mean, Yamamoto, I don't know where he pulled that from, but he pulled that one out of his ass.
Crazy.
That was an unbelievable performance. But I just look at the Phils and I say, if they just are smart, and who knows if that's even possible, but if they're smart, I don't know that the window is completely closed yet.
No, Crawford's got to start on the big league club.
Crawford's going to start.
I really hope that they re-sign Bader.
And hopefully Painter is what he was supposed to be, because he's going to be up. He's going to be your fifth starter.
Yeah, because you're probably going to lose Ranger.
Yeah, you're going to lose Ranger, and Luzardo will take over as the third starter.
Ranger will be a Yankee.
You got to hope that Nola will bounce back as your fourth starter, and then, you got Painter at your fifth starter spot.
But what Willer is going to be is really the key.
Yeah, and it looks he's on pace to come back, so he should be back.
Right, but how effective will he be?
Well,
it was a shoulder though, it wasn't an elbow.
Yeah, we need him to. We need
he just
him to
had
bounce
discomfort
back
when he was throwing. It was affecting his location though. If you remember those last few starts, his location wasn't right.
I think he'll be. I think he'll be all right. But I'm looking at what are they going to do in the outfield? What I want them to do, they're never going to do. They're never going to move Turner. Turner's their shortstop. They're bullish.
Bring up Miller and put Turner out there?
Harper's their first baseman. Yeah, well, I would bring up Miller, but I don't know that they're going to do that early. I don't know. All this talk to Bregman and all, I just don't know that they're going to do any of that. I really don't.
Bregman's not the guy anymore.
I don't envision, and I kind of think Bader's gone, but I hear you. I mean, it would be nice for them to bring back Bader. The way I see it is, I think Crawford is your center fielder.
I'd like to see him make a move for Ketel Marte.
I think they need to replace Castellanos in right. I think it'll be...
Yeah, they're shopping him.
Because I think it'll be Crawford in center, Marsh in left, and I think they're going to have to figure out what their right field is. And what are they going to... They're going to have to replace right field. They're going to have to replace Schwarber if he's gone, which I don't know. And I don't know. I don't think the window is closed, though. It's way too early to be talking about the Phils right now.
You could be right.
But I don't know that the window is closed.
We'll see.
I'm holding out.
All right.
All right, let's get to the picks. Here we go.
It's time for Prem's Picks.
These games are a blowout, a human lock. You can bet your children's unborn children on these games.
Prem's Picks. I know we were off last week, but how'd we do?
Well, I'm 10-8 overall. I went 1-2 because the Jags blew a ridiculous lead.
I knew you were 1-2. I was like, oh my God.
I should be 2-1. It is what it is. The week before that, I was 2-1, and I wasn't 3-0 because I made the Falcons over the Dolphins pick, not knowing that Penix was going to be out. He wasn't even ruled out yet.
Yeah.
The week before that, I lost the Eagles over the Broncos, which is just absurd to have lost that one.
Yeah.
Or the week before that, rather. Anyway, I'm 10-8, midway through the season. Still got a winning record. Here are this week's locks.
Locks.
You know, we talked during the Tech 10 segment about some of the good teams in football, the top 10 teams in football. The Colts obviously made your list. They have to go to Arrowhead this week to play a desperate Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid 5-5 Chiefs team.
Yep.
That is literally like trying to run barefoot through lava like for 50 yards and not fall.
Yep.
Like, that's what that is to me. I like the Colts. I think they're a nice football team. Jonathan Taylor has been amazing. Steichen knows how to call plays for a guy like Daniel Jones, who has been surprisingly averse to mistakes.
Yeah.
Which is, it flies in the face of his whole career before that. This was giant. We know why.
Yeah, of course.
Doesn't matter. All of it just, to me, goes out the window when you're talking about Arrowhead in a must-win game.
Yeah.
Give me the Chiefs over the Colts.
Lock.
NFC North, you know, we know that their father is Jalen Hurts, but this week, the Packers play the Vikings at Lambeau, and I like the Packers to get a win they have to keep pace.
It's a big game for them.
To keep pace with the top teams in the conference.
Yep.
Now, I say that, even though they are favored in the game, you know, the Vikings are kind of like a sneaky type of team where McCarthy, any one of these weeks, could look like the guy they expect him to be. And he hasn't been horrible.
No, it kind of looks like a 6th-round pick, though, right now.
A little bit. But give me the Packers over the Vikings in a must-win at Lambeau.
Lock.
So far we got two teams in their home stadium holding court. The only one of my three picks where the road team wins, you got the Steelers going to Chicago to play the Bears. I don't care if it's Mason Rudolph. I don't care if it's Aaron Rodgers. The Steelers are going to go into Soldier Field and beat the Chicago Bears.
What?
Much to your dismay.
I don't know about that.
You'll see.
All
Give
right.
me the Steelers over the Bears. It's going to be ugly, like ugly, weird, old school football game. This could be like a 13-10 game. Like a lot of turnovers, a lot of misplays, a lot of mistakes, a lot of penalties. Neither team breaks 20 points. But I think that's what you have, like 17-13, 19-16. There might be a safety. This is the type of game. This is the type of game I see. Give me the Steelers over the Bears in Chicago.
Lock.
To recap, we got Mahomes, Reed, and the Chiefs beating the Colts at Arrowhead to reassert their AFC position.
Lock.
The Packers over the Vikings at Lambeau to show they are not pretenders.
Lock.
And the Steelers over the Bears in Chicago because football.
Lock.
This has been Prem's NFL Picks.
All right, like I said, I'm kind of tuned down on this Cowboys game.
Me too, man.
I
Me
guess
too.
when I wake up,
34-20.
Yeah, like I'll wake up and I'll run errands. I'll take the wife to do what she's got to do, and then we'll get something to eat, and we'll come home, and I'll put on all the pregame shows, and maybe I'll get hyped.
You will.
All right, go Birds. We will see you next week.
Vet Alumni.